In today's world, safety is a luxury. We clutch our keys, our phones, our pepper spray. But what happens when even these precautions fail? When a college campus becomes a hunting ground? Breonna Dennison's story shook a community to its core. Her disappearance sparked a desperate plea for change. It underscores the importance of vigilance, of protecting ourselves and each other. Breonna Dennison, known as Bree, was a vibrant young woman. Despite losing her father at 6, she flourished. She pursued child psychology at Santa Barbara City College. Breonna lived her life to the fullest, her warmth and kindness leaving an imprint on everyone she met. She was a young woman with so much to offer the world, a light extinguished too soon. January 2008. Winter break brought Breonna back to Reno. She looked forward to reconnecting with friends. On January 19th, Breonna joined her friends for a night out. The Sands Regency Resort buzzed with energy. As the night deepened, they decided to head back to Katie's off-campus apartment. Katie's apartment felt lived in, comfortable. The door remained unlocked, a testament to their carefree attitude. Exhausted, Breonna opted to sleep on the living room couch. Katie retreated to her room, unaware of the danger lurking outside. The unlocked door became a silent invitation to a predator. Morning arrived, but Breonna was gone. Her makeshift bed on the couch lay empty. Hours passed and Breonna remained unseen. A sense of unease settled over the apartment. The blankets were askew, one lying near the back door. Her teddy bear was missing, and a dark red stain marked her pillow. Panic surged through them. Something terrible had happened to Breonna. The phone call to Bridget Dennison was every parent's nightmare. Her daughter Breonna was missing. Bridget's world shattered, replaced by a profound fear. She clung to hope, praying for Breonna's safe return. As she arrived at Katie's apartment, the gravity of the situation settled upon her. The Reno Police Department launched an investigation. The unlocked door, the missing blanket, the blood-stained pillow all pointed towards abduction. Forensic teams meticulously combed through the apartment. The lack of forced entry added complexity to the case. The police worked tirelessly, determined to bring Breonna home. The bloodstains on Breonna's pillow were carefully collected. Preliminary tests revealed the presence of saliva. Further examination revealed tiny puncture marks, bite marks. The discovery shifted the focus of the investigation. News of the bite marks spread quickly, casting a pall over the community. Days turned into weeks, each one an agonizing reminder of Breonna's absence. Then, on January 29th, a woman contacted the Reno Police Department. Her friend had been the victim of a recent assault similar to Breonna's case. The assailant was a white male, driving a blue Toyota Tacoma. The details sent a jolt of adrenaline through the investigators. The woman's account provided a tangible lead. The investigators immediately followed up on the tip. The victim of the parking lot assault agreed to cooperate with the police. DNA evidence from the parking lot matched the DNA found at Katie's apartment. Breonna's case was now part of a horrifying pattern. Other women came forward, their stories echoing the same details. The investigation shifted its focus to hunting a serial predator. The pressure intensified, the need to catch this man paramount. A sense of urgency gripped the Reno community. Flyers with Breonna's face and a description of the blue Toyota Tacoma blanketed the city. The case became a national story. The police chased down every lead, desperate for any clue. A composite sketch of the suspect was released to the public. Volunteers joined the search, their determination fueled by hope. The news of Brianna's disappearance sent shockwaves through Reno. The sense of security was shattered. Parents clutched their children tighter. Students moved in groups. The community seemed fractured, each individual grappling with fear. Brianna's story transformed from a personal tragedy into a collective nightmare. Amidst the fear and uncertainty, a spirit of resilience began to emerge. The people of Reno, determined to find Brianna and bring her abductor to justice, refused to succumb to despair. They channeled their anxiety into action, their shared grief and anger forging a powerful bond of community. Volunteers, their numbers swelling with each passing day, fanned out across the city, distributing flyers, knocking on doors, and searching every nook and cranny where Brianna might be found. They organized search parties, combed through fields, and scoured abandoned buildings, their determination fueled by a glimmer of hope and a refusal to let Brianna's memory fade. Local businesses, their windows plastered with Brianna's smiling face, offered rewards, donated supplies, and provided logistical support to the search efforts. Restaurants delivered food to volunteers, hotels offered discounted rooms for Brianna's family, and taxi drivers refused payment from anyone involved in the search, their acts of kindness a testament to the city's compassion. Candlelight vigils, their flickering flames a symbol of hope and remembrance, were held in parks and churches across Reno. Strangers embraced, tears were shed, and prayers were offered for Brianna's safe return. The vigils, a powerful display of unity and support, provided a much-needed outlet for the community's collective grief and a platform for sharing information and bolstering spirits. Despite the community's efforts, weeks turned into months, and Brianna remained missing. The initial surge of hope that had accompanied the early days of the investigation slowly gave way to a grim acceptance of the situation's gravity. The fear that had gripped Reno in the immediate aftermath of Brianna's disappearance settled into a pervasive unease, a constant reminder of the city's vulnerability. The once familiar rhythm of life in Reno had been irrevocably altered. Parents, haunted by the thought of their own children's vulnerability, became overly protective. Their trust in strangers eroded. Students, their sense of security shattered, took self-defense classes, purchased pepper spray, and avoided walking alone at night, their carefree days replaced by a cautious vigilance. The blue Toyota Tacoma, once a common sight on Reno's streets, became an object of suspicion, its every appearance drawing wary glances and hushed whispers. The composite sketch of the suspect, his features now seared into the community's collective memory, served as a chilling reminder that danger could lurk behind the most ordinary facade. Reno, once a symbol of small-town charm and tranquility, now bore the invisible scars of trauma. The search for Brianna Dennison had become more than just a missing persons case. It had exposed the fragility of safety, the randomness of violence, and the enduring power of fear. And as the weeks turned into months, the question remained, would they ever find Brianna, and would their city ever truly heal? The Nevada sun beat down on the vast, desolate landscape. Weeks had melted into months, and the search for Brianna seemed to have lost its initial urgency. The flyers plastered across the city had faded, their edges curled and torn. Hope, once a beacon, flickered like a candle in the wind, threatening to be extinguished by the relentless passage of time. Albert Jimenez, a worker at EE Technologies, went about his day, his mind far from the tragedy that had gripped Reno. He drove along a dirt road, the monotony of the landscape a stark contrast to the turmoil that churned within Brianna's family and friends. His job, mundane as it was, offered a sense of normalcy, a respite from the unease that had settled over the city. As Albert rounded a bend, his eyes caught a glimpse of something out of place. Near an empty lot, amidst the scrub and the dust, lay what appeared to be a doll. It was a jarring sight, a splash of colour in the otherwise muted palette of the desert. Curiosity piqued, Albert slowed his car, his gaze drawn to the unexpected object. As he drew closer, a chill snaked down his spine. This was no child's toy, discarded and forgotten. The doll, its limbs askew, its once vibrant clothes soiled and torn, was all too human in its stillness. A terrifying realization gripped Albert, stealing his breath and replacing it with a cold dread. He had stumbled upon a body. The call to the police was a blur of adrenaline and horror. Albert, his voice trembling, struggled to articulate the gruesome discovery he had made. His words, when they tumbled out, painted a picture of despair, confirming the fears that had haunted Brianna's loved ones for what felt like an eternity. Police cars descended upon the desolate lot, their sirens a mournful wail that shattered the desert silence. The scene that greeted the officers was one of unspeakable sadness. Brianna, her once vibrant spirit extinguished, lay amidst the dirt and scrub, her body bearing the marks of time and tragedy. The teddy bear, a symbol of comfort, was gone, a silent testament to the brutality she had endured. Near Brianna's body, investigators made another chilling discovery. 2 pairs of underwear, one belonging to Brianna, the other unidentified, lay discarded on the ground. The presence of the second pair sent a wave of nausea through the officers, a stark reminder that Brianna's abductor was still at large, his depravity knowing no bounds. The news of Brianna's discovery spread like wildfire, extinguishing the last embers of hope that had sustained her family and friends. The city of Reno, once united in its search for Brianna, now grappled with a collective grief, the weight of her loss a heavy burden to bear. Brianna's story, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the safest communities, was far from over. The discovery of Brianna Dennison's body sent shockwaves through Reno, a city already reeling from months of fear and uncertainty. The hope that had sustained her family and friends, a flickering flame that refused to be extinguished, was snuffed out, leaving behind a void of grief and despair. The young woman with a zest for life, a heart filled with kindness and dreams that stretched beyond the horizon, was gone, her light tragically dimmed. Brianna's case, a chilling reminder of the vulnerability we all share, exposed the dark underbelly of a city that had long prided itself on its safety and small-town charm. It forced the community to confront the reality that evil can lurk in the shadows, preying on the innocent and shattering the illusion of security. It left behind a legacy of loss, a scar on the collective psyche of Reno, a constant reminder of the fragility of life and the randomness of violence. But amidst the grief and the anger, a flicker of determination emerged. Brianna's story, though tragically cut short, became a catalyst for change. The community, bound by a shared sense of loss and a thirst for justice, rallied together, demanding answers, accountability, and an end to the violence that had shattered their peace. Brianna's memory became a beacon, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can emerge, and the pursuit of justice, though arduous, is a journey worth taking. Brianna Dennison's legacy is a tapestry woven from threads of sorrow and resilience, a poignant reminder that even in the face of unspeakable tragedy, the human spirit can endure. Her story, though forever marked by loss, serves as a testament to the power of community, the importance of vigilance, and the enduring strength of hope. And though the pain of her absence will forever linger, her memory will continue to inspire acts of kindness, compassion, and a steadfast commitment to creating a world where such tragedies are never repeated.